Hi, guys. Welcome back to Marantz Rantz. Plenty of good information, a little bit of motivation, a whole lot of truth, no financial advice. This is a one-take session, no edits, no cuts, about Target, about Kohl's. We'll go over it really quick. I know I'm in a rush, but it's because I have things to do today. Target, let's just get that right out the bat, guys. Do I agree with the marketing campaign? Absolutely not. Is it going to have an effect on their stock price, on what they do moving forward? Absolutely. Is the backlash going to be drastic? It can be. But for me personally, I don't need to boycott the company because I never shop there anyway. So, hey, more power to everyone who's upset. Do what you do. But for me personally, as something, it's not my dog, it's not my fight. I just want to support retail companies in general, the ones that I do shop at. So shop at GameStop, shop at Costco. Used to shop at Kohl's. We're going to talk about Kohl's right now.
You know what? I was bullish yesterday, but I kind of changed my mind because now I'm just fucking bullish. Okay? That's what the fuck I am about GameStop.
I forgot that I have that loaded every time I come to this screen. I apologize, guys. Really quick, let's go over Kohl's balance sheet. Sorry about that. Their operating income, guys, they actually made money. And I thought they were going to come in, and losing money. So I was wrong on that sector, but there is something I want to pay attention to. They made around $14 million on net income. I thought they were going to lose $40 million plus, but that's a flip on my mind, about $50 million. Well, here's the bad part about that. Here's the not so good part about that. Their operating cash flow jumped down another $200 million. Now, here's why. Because they agreed to pay out a dividend of 50 cents per share. Now, some people might think this is great, but by the time you actually get your dividend, I think the stock price will be at an all-time low. And why is that? Because these guys have no more cash. They have to do a couple of things. And this is what I see in the future. This is the part where we get it right, okay? The whole board of directors, everyone there, ties to Antera, Legion Partners, and Macellum, right? So it's all private equity driven, Kohl's. And I tell you, it's the same footprint that Bed Bath & Beyond did. Bed Bath & Beyond sold off all their assets, their buildings themselves, and then leased them back in 2020 to raise up some cash. The same thing is happening here. They're going to have to sell off their assets, and that's all they have. If you look at the balance sheet, and this is the telling part for me, is if you go here to everything they do, and you come right here to current assets, they have $14 billion in current assets, but they only have $286 million cash. They're issuing dividend payouts with only having $600 million cash, $286 million cash. There is no way that I'm willing to go to zero unless you're going to go borrow money. This is all the cash they have. It's absolutely embarrassing. $286 million is all they have, cash, liquid. Yet they're strapped on everything else because the business itself is at a net flat position. 14.7, assets to liabilities. So what do I feel is going to happen? I feel they're going to have to sell out their property, and they're forcing themselves to do it. It looks like the leadership is doing just enough to sabotage the company from within, allegedly. But that's usually the way the play works out for, leverage buyout that'll come out in time. This company will be bought out private and or not exist within 4 to 5 years. So with the amount of cash on hand, they don't have many options. Either borrow more money, which they just borrowed $1.5 billion in January. Yes, they pay off like $100 million here, $100 million there on certain aspects of their debt, but that's each year. How are you ever going to pay back the billion that you just borrowed, $1.5 billion? And then additionally, you're going to have to borrow more money because $286 million is not enough. This is how I understand the balance sheet, and this is what I look at. This is what I'm reading. So yeah, you can make $14 million in a quarter. How the hell are you going to pay back the $1.5 billion that you just borrowed in January, in addition to the amount of billions you will be borrowing, and or you will be selling your assets? That's my opinion. And guess what? When it happens, I'll be here to tell it to you. I just saw them file an 8K for Tom Kingsbury to actually get a golden parachute out of this company. So what is he really planning? He's old, very old. He's probably one of the oldest CEOs in retail. And yet you're telling me that he's looking for pragmatic long-term growth. Nah, miss me with the bullshit. I think they're all trying to get paid on the way out the door. So that's just the balance sheet that I see. Yes, they did make a profit of $14 million. The unfortunate part is they have no more cash whatsoever. So net zero position, you better believe it. And that's on the balance sheet. That's not good. So, and let's see if the stock price is reacting the same way. It stepped up right here in the pre-market. So it was pumped. If you don't know that it was pumped in the pre-market before this announcement came, the announcement comes and they're going to tell you that they actually beat out Wall Street projections. But if you actually read the balance sheet, it's coming right back down. So we can go ahead and look at the minute chart. I know it's a daily chart, but you see what's actually happening to the stock right here. That was an artificial pump this morning, all the way to 22.94, and now they just took it all out, and I think it'll keep going down if you really know what you're looking at. Throughout the next quarter, this is not looking good for Kohl's. Hey, can I get wrong on the price action? You better believe it. I've seen stocks get pumped all the time. AMC got pumped. But what I can't get wrong, what you can't get wrong, is if you understand the way the business is being run, and it's being run to the ground. All right. Good luck, guys. I'll see you guys around. I don't know when, but hopefully soon. Peace.